So hello and welcome back to Bytes of CSE, and in this tutorial we'll see that how the kernel of the convolution neural network figures out the weights using automatic differentiation. So for this project I'll be using TensorFlow, and as this is Google Colab, and as you can see I've already imported the libraries that I'll be using for this. So the input image will be same as the 6 by 8 matrix that I have shown in the previous video. That is a video from where you have been redirected to here, and there has to be a target, and that target would be the hidden representation, that is with ones and minus ones, that hidden representation matrix which I just found out using that kernel. So here I will not be using that same kernel, but the output matrix has to be somewhat like that. So let us just initialize those matrices. So np dot ones, so this would be 6 by 8, and I set the dtype to np dot float 32, and now in between there were a few columns which had zeros, so that will be set to 0. And now this is your x. Okay, and now we will need to set up the y. So np dot zeros, actually, okay, this is going to be 6 comma, that was 7, right? Yes. And d type is np dot float 32, and in this case we had the second column contained 1, and the second last column contained -1, and now your y looks like this. Let me see. Okay, so this was your target. Now let us get into building the model. Oh, before that we need to actually reshape your x and y. So why do we reshape? I'm telling you that reshape, it's going to be like 1 6 8 1, and y also had to be reshaped to reshape 1 6 7 1. So now this is your batch axis, which is to be used when you are using a deep learning model, and this is your channel axis, which is 1. In this case we are just using a black and white image, so that is going to be 1 in this case. So now we'll start building the model. So model is going to be, so this is models dot sequential, and now we have a convolution 2D layer. So convolution 2D equals to layers dot, oops, a whole lot of thing. That is the problem with, okay, we didn't need that. Convolution 2D, and we'll be using 1, and the kernel size will be 1 cross 2, and we won't be using bias, so this use bias factor will be set to false, and the input shape is going to be 6 8 and 1. So now we need to add that. to our model, convolution 2D. So next we'll be needing a learning rate. So we fix the learning rate to say 4e minus 2. Let's fix it to there. And then we will be needing an optimizer. So in this case, I'll be using an SGD optimizer. Actually, when you are using this, they use this AI to actually try to figure out what you are actually doing. So I'm not going to do that. So this is how our model is going to look like. And now let's get into the trading part. So we will be using just like 10 epochs. So for I in range 10, so we first need to use gradient tape. So I'll not be using this. Gradient tape, and your y hat is going to be model and x, and we need to set the training equals to true, and loss will be basically tf dot reduce mean. So I'll be using an MSE. Okay, that is what they are using. I'm also using, like, this is also y hat minus y to the power 2, and now we record the gradients, tape dot gradient loss and model dot trainable variables. So variables. So up to this is okay, but here again we'll be changing. We'll not be using this. So for every even epoch, I'll be showing the loss. So if I plus 1, okay, and it knows everything. Okay, so and now we will be accessing the weights. So convolution 2D weights is going to be model dot get weights, and this is for the first layer, so 0, and then we will be printing convolution 2D weights dot reshape 1 2. Okay, and this reshape part need another one. Okay, so let's see. Oh, y is not defined, just a moment. Okay, here I just made a mistake. This is Like, what happened here? Okay, so this is your last weight. So this is 0.8131 something and minus 0.88. So I took 1 and minus 1, and it's quite there. It's like zero point 0.8 and minus zero point 0.8, and the loss recorded in the last epoch is 0.0087. So along the epochs you can see that how the weights have changed, and this is the last epoch, and this is your weight. So zero point 0.8 and minus zero point 0.8. So that was all for today. That's what I want to show you, and thank you for watching.